Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller. I have a huge pile of laundry on my bed. I'm talking 3 to 4 loads of laundry, maybe some hang-up clothes. I don't know. It is a huge pile. It is covering the entirety of my bed. And instead, I want to go outside. I want to be outside in the sunshiny weather. The clouds look absolutely beautiful. Last night, it was like storming. More like this morning around 1 because I heard it sounded like hail. It was lightning for about 20 minutes and I kept seeing the flashes in the bedroom, and then it all of a sudden started to downpour. It was so loud. And then this morning I woke up and it is super wet outside, but the sun is shining. There's these big voluminous clouds and the bright blue sky. I felt like the saturation had been turned up on the world because it was just so bright. And yesterday was a little overcast. So the difference is absolutely insane. We've had quite a few cloudy days this week and I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to be outside, and I feel like I have some house chores that I have to do and I'm really dreading it. I don't want to do it. I pulled down the totes for my summer clothes and I need to put up my winter clothes. I still have Santa sweatshirts in my closet right now and they need to be packed up. They need to be put away. Speaking of Santa, we still have Christmas lights on our home. So it's these last little bits of winter we need to pack up and store for the next season. We just haven't got there yet. And I feel like my laundry has kind of piled up. I did a couple loads on Thursday or Friday and they're dry. They were just in the hamper and I had the great intention. I was I'm going to be able to fold this. I'm going to be able to put it away. And I wasn't able to fold it. I wasn't able to put it away. And then today I'm all right, I'll do a couple loads and then I will get down to actually folding it. But I have been procrastinating it so much because I'm oh, Nelly, I need to sort through the summer clothes, which I did a good job last fall, putting them away and, taking some of the clothes that I wasn't really aligned with anymore and go ahead and donating them. So there's just a few stragglers in the pile that probably need to go and be donated, but I haven't got there yet. It's just sometimes when you build stuff up in your mind, it seems so overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I have this huge pile. But this entire week, I have just been tidying up and trying to clear out some old things and just make way for new energy. And some of the corners of our house that I've been procrastinating, it really needs to be cleaned, but I haven't got a chance to. I have a ton of books that I need to return to my mom's, and it's these little things. But when it's so cloudy out, you don't have the energy. You don't have the motivation. I felt so tired this week and just I didn't want to do it. Now, as soon as the sun comes out, I'm all right, let's go. I have so much energy. I want to do all the things. And when I say all the things, I mean the fun things. I don't want to do the boring house stuff. I want to go outside, and it is kind of muddy out. So it's not really I can play in the yard today with the dogs. But with heavy rain, it does make some of the things that we've left outside look even a little gross, if you will. We really need to pick that up, or some broken planter pots, or just miscellaneous things, right? So clearing out, picking up, it's going to be a great afternoon. I'm really looking forward to it. I just have to get through the mountainous pile of clothing. Oh my gosh. And I really try not to have a chair or a bench that we stack things on. We only have 2 laundry baskets, and that's intentional because if we had any more, there would be a potential of me filling them all up and just pulling clothes out of them. I went and I worked out and I was okay, I have no leggings hanging up in my closet. They're all in the different baskets. So I had to sort through the basket and see where I could find my leggings. And when you have all the clothes, I feel like the specific item that you were looking for will never be found until you go through every single article. But I finally found the leggings. I was like, I really need to get this cleaned up. Honestly, I should have done it before I podcasted, because now I'm just dreading it. But I guess like I need the totes down so that I would be able to just like put the clothes from the closet directly in the bin, instead of like, because we had some cold days. I wore a couple sweaters, like the sweaters can be packed up, put away, and then we can move forward. Right. So it's all those like little spring cleaning things that gets you so excited. But I have to like remind myself, we're only in March. They do say like March comes in like a lamb and out like a lion. And I feel like we have had the lion like all March, and it's just been like completely wild. But I will say I'm really, really excited for this week, because the tennis courts are going to be opened up. So I started taking tennis lessons in February, and they've had like these giant bubble domes on top to keep like the weather out, right? Like, because if people want to practice or play tennis in the wintertime, like there could be snow on the court. There could be so many things. So they have these bubbles. Well, they had to take them down. And this week was like their spring break week. So the times of tennis was totally skewed. Usually I go in the evening for the evening tennis, and that's a lot of fun, right? Like it's after work. I can just like go, and I'm not in a rush. I get there at like 6. No, now it's going to be at 7. It's like 7 p.m. Kind of nice to do like an evening activity, something totally separate from work. But they only had midday tennis lessons this past week. So I didn't want to just like not do any tennis lessons. I feel like I would regress in my skills. So I decided to go on Monday. And let me tell you, the demographic that goes midday is totally different than the demographic that goes in the evening. And sometimes like there were a couple of people who I had, seen at some of the evening ones, but there was one male, everybody else was female. These are your super cute, peppy, like mothers that stay at home. They might have a job. They might, but the tennis lesson was like 10 to 2 or 10 to 1 or 11 to 1. Yeah, it was 11 to 1. It was 2 hours long. It was the most fun I've ever had. I felt like I was in a training camp again, right? Like when you're a kid doing basketball camp over the summer or on spring break, like you don't really get the opportunity to do that if you have a typical like 8 to 5 job. And it was so much fun. But I just kept looking around at these women who, are in their cute little sets, and all of the vehicles in the parking lot are like these really nice, fancy vehicles. And it's like so aspirational, right? Like they could possibly have like a job or something, but they're taking tennis at 11 a.m. on a Monday with no care in the world. Like it was very fun. But I had a blast. I feel like my tennis skills are getting better, but also I feel like my knowledge is still so lacking. Like when they talk about like any sort of language that goes hand in hand with tennis, like a ground stroke or a forehand or a backhand, like I'm slowly like getting the knowledge of like, okay, like if he says this thing, this is how I need to hold my racket, with the certain grips and the angle of my tennis racket and how I'm hitting it. And if I am holding the racket with 2 hands, and then I, after I swing, I end up with 1, or if I'm swinging with 1 arm or swinging with 2, whatever. There's so many things. And I really feel like I need to like do some research on my own outside of the tennis lessons, because ultimately it's 2 hours during the week. And then on the weekend, you can do like an hour and a half. And I just think, oh my gosh, like that is really not enough to really encompass like the entirety of the sport. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, like I need to be watching technique. I need to know the rules. I need to be doing a little more practice like outside of the tennis lessons. And I signed up for this. It's like a tournament, if you will. And one thing that I will say I really like about elite wellness or elite tennis and wellness is they're pairing you up with people who are like similar skill level as you. So you're not ever really like going up against someone who's like a total pro, and like the speed of the tennis balls that could be like thrown at you and then you're supposed to like hit back is absolutely insane. Like you watch a tennis match, which I actually have never watched a tennis match like start to finish. I've seen clips on a movie. I've seen, like a TikTok, but I have not watched a tennis match. But even in the clips that I'm seeing, like it is so fast. Like the ball is zooming court to court. The power that comes with like hitting the ball so hard and then that ball just like flying at you, it's terrifying, to be honest. And so having other people who are like very similar to your skill level is digestible. It's not as difficult. I feel like I am able to do it. I'm not getting spooked. I'm not getting scared. But instead I feel like, okay, like I can hit the ball back, right? But for the tournaments, it is an adult social is what it's called. So there could be people at different levels. And I'm a little nervous about that. I'm a little nervous about the swinging or the serving. And luckily, two of my very good friends who are, taking tennis lessons with me, we signed up all together. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I feel like I need to do a little education before that. So I feel prepared and I feel ready. But I haven't been able to practice. I literally practiced on Monday and then I had to like take off work for that. I had to, rearrange my schedule in order to do that. And I'm glad that I did because I haven't practiced tennis all week. One of my friends who plays tennis, she's out of town. The other one she was dealing with some health things for her dog. So I'm like, I have the itch to play. I'm like, okay, like it's been a little bit. I do feel like a golden retriever or a dog when like the balls are going. I'm like, okay, keep your eye on the ball. You're going here, you're going here. A lot of fun. I'm enjoying it so much. I don't know how I'm going to feel. Like it's obviously going to be a different environment with the huge domes down and it'll just be like an open outdoor court. So I am a little afraid of that. Also like your balls, how you hit them, like when we're there, like the balls can hit the side of it and then they all kind of like join together. I'm kind of nervous for it to be outside. Like I don't want my ball to go like absolutely haywire. It's also different because you have the wind involved. You have the sun, the temperature, like all of those are going to now like be coming into play for tennis. And so I'm a little nervous about that. But what I am so excited for is cute little tennis skirts. Okay. Getting some sun, being outside, getting, fresh air, because when you are inside all the time, when you're working all the time, you don't necessarily get outside and move around. And I really want to lean more into that, this spring and this summer. I've done it in the last 2 years as well, but there is something about just being stir crazy in the wintertime. I'm like really romanticizing it. I'm so excited to go outside. I'm so ready to just be in the sun and soak it up. Maybe it's because it's been so cloudy this week, but I'm ready for the tennis aesthetic. Okay. I'm ready to be outside in the sun, getting a tan and practicing my swing. As you can probably tell, I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready to be in the warm weather. I just need to suffer a little bit longer through the temperamental spring, which I love spring. I love being able to get out and socialize. This past week, I had a a social meetup. So my little social club in Kansas City, we had a casual, it's called Casual Conversations. It was at Casual Animal. It's a brewery in Kansas City. It was so much fun. But it did, I think it rained a little bit. It stormed, but the ambiance and just like being in the environment, I had a kombucha. It was so good. But they have an assortment of beverages, and to have like all the girls there, to be hanging out. One of my friends went to grab like pizza before the event so that we could munch on it. And as I'm sitting in there, if you've ever been to Casual Animal, it's seriously stunning. Okay. There's huge plants everywhere at the brewery. They don't serve food. They have like chips and things, but you can bring food in. So that's what we did. We went to Grinders, we got some pizza, and we just like hung out and talked and chatted. And I did like a little bit of speed friending where, I have questions, and I made these social cards, conversation cards. I made them last year for my birthday, and they have like a ton of questions on it. It's easy icebreaker questions, right? And as I was going through them, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been almost a whole year. We're about 2 months away. About 2 months away from my birthday. And I was just thinking, wow, like I can't believe it's already been a year. I, of course, am like planning events in May, planning events for April. And there's something like so nice about being able to just, I don't know, like not day drink, because it was evening. It was like 6 p.m. But I'm ready for like Saturdays and Sundays to be able to like go out and hang out with your friends and have those conversations. And I don't know, maybe I just feel like I've been holed up in my house for so long. Of course, I've been like doing the housework, right? Like I completely decluttered and donated my office closet. Guys, this was atrocious. So my closet has like a wooden slat about, I don't know, eye height. And then it goes all the way up to like the roof or like the ceiling of my room. And I had 3 totes stacked. And then I had a whole bunch of fabric. I had, previous meetup items, items from my gala that were just like all over, and just like extra supplies. It was getting kind of messy, because it has a door on it. I was just putting things in there and putting more things in there and stacking it. And never actually like taking the time to ask myself if I still needed some of those items. It's seriously so messy. It was so messy. So I went ahead, I decluttered most of it. I will say there's a couple things, like a couple projects I need to get on, but seriously, I have no motivation to do these projects because it's spring. Like I want to be outside. I don't want to be inside, even if it's raining or windy. Like I've been sitting outside and the wind has been whipping so much. It sucks for like my phone calls. Like if I get a phone call during work, cause I have to like go inside, take the phone call. I don't want the wind to be whipping on the phone. But it's like, I'm ready. Are you ready? I feel like I keep talking about being ready to be outside. I feel like most people are on the same grind as me, where they're also wanting to be social, also wanting to be outside. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I had a rooftop meetup and it was sunny. It was a beautiful day. We were wearing like sweaters, but like the sun felt so good. And I don't know. I also feel like the days this past week have been so long. I don't know. Like I was asking myself this because I did a lot this past week. Like Monday, I had the tennis class midday. Tuesday, what did I do Tuesday? I don't know about Tuesday. Now I'm getting nervous. Like I did a whole lot this week. Tuesday I had dinner with a new friend. I was so excited. We went to Brown and Low, sat outside on the patio. The sunset was gorgeous. Such a beautiful, pretty day. Wednesday, what did I do Wednesday? Wednesday, that was my meetup. I had my casual animal meetup. And then Thursday, what did I do Thursday? Thursday, I think I had open. Oh, I did my taxes. That was really atrocious. Okay. Got those completed. It's just like compiling all of the information is really tedious. I need to be a better bookkeeper this past year or this upcoming year, because last year, not as good. This year I'll do better. And then Friday I had a fundraiser, Piccadilly. So much fun. Volunteered for that. And that was a full week, but the days also seemed so long. And I don't know if it's because we had the spring forward and I'm finally like getting the hang of having an hour in the morning, but I also feel like I've slept like in still, like my energy levels in the morning have been kind of low. And so the days have been so long. I'm like, man, I'm really packing in a lot. I'm really accomplishing a lot. And I didn't know why this week felt so long until I realized it's because I have blocked my social media apps during the day. So 2 Saturdays ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I downloaded the app Jomo, and I've heard of Opal. Opal just was going to cost too much. It was like $60 for the year. I didn't really want to spend $60 on an app that I didn't even know that I was going to utilize. But I did purchase Jomo. It's $20, and it has been so nice to have that block in. I am feeling so productive. And I actually, on Wednesday or Thursday, I put in a second block at night, starting at 9 p.m. because I really didn't sleep that well this past week. So 9 p.m., I cannot have TikTok on weekdays. So no doom scrolling at night. And just knowing it's on strict mode and there's no way to get around it. Like I just have to like fill my time with something productive. It has been so good. Really and truly, I feel like I've gotten time back, and I feel like my week has been productive and I've utilized it in a great way. So, I mean, if you are having trouble scrolling, I think it's been a combination, like not like I have mine set 9 to 12, no social media. And then 9 to 12, and then 12 to 12:30, I have a gap. So if I need to post something on my social club's page, like my Instagram story or check DMs, I do that. If I want to scroll, I can do that. And then 12:30 to 3, again, no apps. 3 to 3:30, I get another 30-minute break. And I've found even during the breaks, like I'm not getting on my phone. Like I'm continuing doing what I've been doing. It's not taking my attention. I will say there's a couple days I'm like, okay, it's finally 12. Like I get to check my apps. And then from 3:30 to 5, that has been really nice. Now I will say as soon as 5 hits, I notice that I'm like scrolling on my phone. So I need to have like a plan, what I'm doing after work, what I'm like, what I have on my to-do list, or if I want to do something fun, because there are so many things that I think, okay, like I really want to do this thing, or I don't have enough time to read. I have literally a whole stack of books, like probably, there's like 20 books over there. I have read some of them I haven't read. A lot of them I have read, but there's a couple that I'm like, oh, like this doesn't look like I'd be able to get into it. Well, am I giving myself like the opportunity to get through it? Like, am I focusing my attention? Reading books is like one of them, or going for a walk. Like going for a walk takes so much time out of your day. You have to scuttle around it. Like if you go for a walk for an hour, like that's a whole hour. And it's like difficult. Yeah. Like I don't want to go on a walk. That's going to take an hour. But how many times have I scrolled on my social media for an hour and I'm like, oh, like it wasn't enough time. I need to scroll for more. I also, during commercials on Peacock, because I have commercials on Peacock, I have been like standing up and like doing like a quick plank or stretching, like doing a down dog or touching my toes, like anything to just like stretch my body and shake it out. And it kind of gives your mind a break, and you're able to like look at the other things around, because I feel like when I'm staring at a screen, it kind of blocks everything else out, right? Like you get tunnel vision. And I saw a TikTok. It was like, okay, like before you scroll, I want you to look at your phone case. Where are you sitting? How does your phone feel in your hand? Notice your environment. Take a deep breath. And I was like, okay, like I've just taken you out of like a doom scroll. Like you're now noticing your environment, and it's not like this hyper focus on scroll, dopamine hit. But I will say it has been very sad it's helping me go to bed earlier. But I've told you before, like Garrett and I will go through like TikToks before bed that we've sent each other. And if it hits 9:00, like I'm not going to be able to look at these TikToks with you. But weekends like Saturday and Sunday, I don't have a block. Maybe I should put a block in for like 10 or something. But it's been helping like go to bed early. It's been helping like quitting the doom scroll, being more productive. I mean, I cleaned out my entire closet. The entirety of my donation was absolutely insane. And I still have a couple bags that I need to decide like what I'm going to do with them, because it's really hard for me to like, I have this huge like Myra bag that I really like. It's easy to like haul my espresso machine in it. Like if it's perfectly in my bean grinder, my accessories fit really nice into it, but it's like so hard to store. Then I have a whole bunch of like reusable bags that are like all in my pickup. Honestly, I have a couple inside the house, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with these? And I keep kicking myself because I keep getting plastic bags from the grocery store. Or there's like a backpack. Like I can't donate the backpack because I will actually need it. Like I've utilized the backpack, but there was like a couple camera cases that I donated, and I felt really, really good about that. So it's like a give and take, because I'm still in the mindset of like, if I need it again, I can buy it again. But also it's like, like I don't want to continuously like consume things. So if I like need to hold on to it, how can I store it in a way that is going to be like sustainable and not make me feel like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff inside my house. Because I am getting to the point where I want to have my house be beautiful. I want to have my space be beautiful. I don't want like a whole bunch of stuff stacked up where I'm unable to utilize it, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed because my space is messy. Whereas if I want to pull out my sewing machine and sew one of the projects I have, because I have like quilts that can be made. I have this like fabric that I bought probably in 2019. And last November, I like started cutting it apart, making it into a quilt, but it's still not done. Like there's so many aspects of it that could still be completed that I haven't got to yet. And I'm being so hyper focused on how I've been spending my time. And if I want to continue like with certain hobbies or habits, or if I can like slowly start releasing some of those habits that aren't serving me, like stacking up my stuff or not doing my laundry like I have been, or scrolling on my phone, or not having something to do immediately after work. That's why I like having my tennis after work, because it's like, all right, like I'll do like a little housekeeping thing, but then I have to go. Then I have to, drive to my tennis lessons, and I'm not just like stuck on my phone scrolling. And it's all on how you want to use your time and like your goals and your aspirations. Like I'm still going back to my goals that I set the beginning of this year, and I'm thinking, okay, like does my life look like this? And I will say, having all of the like actual Pinterest photos, like printing out and like journaling around them, it gives me a visual, and it also gives me like this comparison of, okay, like have I been doing this thing? Like, am I working towards my goals? Because at the end of March, like that is the first quarter, and then we're done. And then we're moving on to the second quarter. And I know a lot of people say January through March, like it's kind of a wash because, it's winter and it's cold, and people have mentioned it before, like March is where, the rebirth is, where you're able to like have that as your New Year's. But I also don't want to waste any of my months, any of my days. So January through March, like I've done the best that I can. I'm working on the goals that I could do, but it's also like a jump start. Like if other people aren't waiting until March, like I don't want to wait until March to start. Like I've been working on my other things. I've been working on some of the back end of my meetups or my groups or like any of the things. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized. I'm ready to be outside doing all of the things. And I know this is so hard. I switched over our decor to the spring stuff because when I brought down like my summer totes, I also brought down like my spring pillows. I don't really have that much spring decor or summer decor because ultimately like it's my regular house decor in comparison to like come fall, like Thanksgiving, I bring out my turkey or I have like my pumpkins. I really like fall for that aspect. Winter, I have started to like accumulate some Christmas decor, not a lot, slowly but surely. I'm still in the mindset of like, I'm trying to avoid microplastics. I'm trying to avoid things that are only going to be around for one season. I'm looking for more like, vintage items that are going to last a long time or that can be an heirloom in comparison to like, oh, I bought this like cheap plastic pumpkin. It's styrofoam and it fell apart and I've wasted my money. I had it for one season. I'm not able to continue with it. Right. So, but for spring, I switch out my pillows and I like call it a day. Right. Well, I have these like big books, like coffee table books. I picked them up last spring, and they have like table settings and I forget what the other one is. It's like home aesthetic. I also have a ton of magazines, that like Southern Charm. You guys know I love Southern Charm, Southern Living, Magnolia, and what was the other one? French Cottage, I believe. I have a couple of those magazines, but also like my goal book, right? Like my journal that has my Pinterest photos that I've cut out, I've journaled around. The visual is so good. And also I forgot to mention, because I don't have TikTok or Instagram, those are like where I spend my time the most. I did not block Pinterest. Okay. I haven't blocked Pinterest. And because I feel like Pinterest isn't really like a social media app. Like there's no dopamine hit. Yes, there's like beautiful photos, but for me, like my curated page, I'm always thinking, okay, like I want this aesthetic. I want this thing. I need to get to work to have that thing. It's more of like a creative thing for my brain instead of like a doom scroll, right? I don't know. Small little bits of change at a time. So these huge like coffee table books and just like looking and really wanting to like make my house a home. I've said it for the last 3 or 4 years, like I'm still in the transitional period where we are updating things in our home. We are investing money into some of the things in our home, but I still have like the feeling of like being a college kid and like having items that a college kid would have. Last fall, I updated like the curtains in our living room and that really elevated the space. Like I have probably 8 panels and so it looks really full. And before I had like 2 panels and it was like barely covered the window. And so now I have like these really nice, beautiful white curtains. I pulled the chair out away from them so they can like touch the ground, the floor length. They're beautiful, stunning. And that's something that like we did an upgrade for. And it's a low commitment. I got them on Facebook Marketplace too. So it wasn't like I spent a ton of money. I also utilized them for the gala. So it was like an easy end, right? There has been so many things that it's like a small edit where I'm like slightly changing it or donating something and upgrading something bigger. I have found finally a wallpaper site that I think that I like some of their stuff. It's called Love and Design. And so I started looking on there for like wallpaper things. And then guys, let me tell you, I had the most successful Saturday ever. I have been really trying to have Saturdays as if I want to go out and be social, it's going to be on a Saturday. I do not want my Sundays to be jam-packed full of expectations, right? Even if it's a fun expectation, like I really don't want to be so involved with my schedule. Like if I'm going to be busy all week, like this past week, I told you everything that I did. It was very involved. Like I did a lot of things, and let's see, every day except for Tuesday, or every Thursday and Friday. Thursday, it was like small commute, but like Monday through Wednesday, I was going to the city. Thursday and Friday, like I was going to town. Like those are all like very involved, where I have to be somewhere. I have a meeting with someone. And Saturday, like if I want to drive to the city for something fun, I can, right? Because tennis, not this week, but tennis is usually on Saturdays. If I want to do a brunch with a friend, it's going to be on a Saturday. But Sunday, I've put the boundary in. I don't want to do anything on a Sunday except for like filling my cup and having the peace and having the like autonomy of my time, where if I want to sleep in, I can sleep in. If I want to just do housework, I can just do housework. And I'm utilizing it and using it as a reset day where I'm resetting my social cup, where I'm not so drained or so burnt out, where I'm like running and doing so much for everybody else. But it's like, okay, like now's the time to stay in. And this Saturday, I didn't really have anything planned, which, you know me, I always think that if you don't have something planned, it is so good for like impromptu sessions or meetings or whatever. So on Saturday or Friday night, I saw one of my friends, Jenny Snap. She was on a podcast, I think 2 years ago. It was right when she turned 30, I think. Had Jenny, she was like, hey, like, do you want to do something tomorrow? I'm free. I said, absolutely. Like, I didn't have anything on my list. I want to be outside. So let's be active. Let's go outside. So we ended up going thrift shopping, antique shopping. Okay, both. There's an antique store down the road from us, and we went and looked around. I called her. I was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm free. And she's like, I just got to the antique store. Come if you want. So I went. She had like these really cute baskets, but I was most interested in the outdoor furniture because for the last year, multiple years, I've been looking for a hutch, okay? Like one of those big china cabinet hutches. It is so hard to find one that matches my aesthetic, that isn't super outdated or hasn't already been flipped by someone. I seriously hate people who flip furniture and like it's not even a good flip, and they try and sell it on Facebook for like a whole lot of money and it looks ugly. And it's like, I'm not going to spend double or triple what you purchased the item for just so that I can slap some, orange paint remover and spend so much time on it. Right. But I've been looking for a chest. So we went out there they have these like outdoor barns. They're huge. And looking for furniture. Now, the problem with this antique store is the furniture is outside and it is not climate controlled. So you have to be careful with like the wood. And if it's like, if it's been outside too long, like, yes, it has cover of it and they can like shut the doors, but it's outside, right? Like it's still outside. Heating, freezing, it's still, the wood is swelling or freezing. So I'm a little apprehensive, but I always look. So I was going down and I saw this hutch and I was like, it was okay. It was more of like an entertainment center kind of contraption. And I told Jenny, I was like, oh, like this hutch isn't too bad, but it looks like crap. Like it's not very cute. And there's an older gentleman with the back of his pickup, butted up to the barn. He's like, oh, are you looking for a hutch? And I was like, yeah, kinda. And he's like, well, I have one that I've been trying to like sell. I was like, do you have a photo? I'll like look at it. Right. And I looked at it and it was okay. It had like these glass panels on the on the doors that was kind of like a stained glass, but not necessarily in the design that I want, because I've told Garrett before, like I have this Pinterest photo of like this stained glass panel that hangs on a chain like in front of your like sink window. It's so pretty. It had like tulips on it. That would be I don't think theirs had tulips on it. It had flowers on it. My dream would be like tulips on it. So cute, right? And it's like polite, right? Like how do you say no to someone who's like, it's very hard, like when people are like trying to sell you something. I was like, oh, that's so cute. What are the dimensions? And he's like, I don't know the dimensions. I said, I'll give you my number, shoot me a text with the dimensions, and if it fits for my area, I'll let you know. He also said, I'm practically giving it away $300, and $300 would be about the max that I would want to pay for a hutch. Hutches sell for like $7,000 to $8,000 to a couple $1,000s, right? Like these hutches are huge. They're heavy duty. They I don't know, like they're kind of like a high prioritized item. Like a lot of people want a hutch. They're beautiful. And I feel like we're kind of coming into like home decoration. Like there's the cluttered cottage. It's like cottage core, but the cottage clutter is like really in, and having like hutches to like store your knickknacks and like all of your like items. I don't necessarily love a cluttered house. Like I really want a space that is like clean, but I do have like a want to have more storage for some of my items, that my hosting items. So like my napkins, like my fabric napkins, or the different like table settings, right? Like, or candlesticks. There's so much like for hosting items that you like accumulate, and then you're like, great, where am I going to store this? Like my house is like Build-A-Grade. Like it does not really have much character. It has like very square rooms in comparison to like an older house might have like a nook or a built-in shelf, like more areas that you're able to like store and display items. My kitchen has like plain cabinets. Like I love the open cabinet concept. I don't know if we would be able to do it, but like there's so many aspects of like a house that has a lot of character that I love, and I need like a big piece of furniture to help that, right? And so I've been looking for one. And I was like, okay, 300 is not that bad. I gave him my number. I sent him a text. I said, please give me the dimensions. And we rolled on. We went to Lowe's. I have been on the fence, guys, on the fence about if I want to plant hydrangeas. Now, if you've listened to the podcast before, you know that Garrett and I murdered $400 worth of hydrangeas. It was very sad. Okay. We had great expectations. We planted a whole bunch of these limelight hydrangeas. I ordered them. They were beautiful. I will say they were on the smaller side. Hydrangeas at the store, like usually bigger. And I'm like, it was May too. I feel like you need to plant hydrangeas now. So it's a little late in the game, but you know, you live and you learn, and absolutely fried them to a crisp. The sun destroyed them. Not a single one came back. Okay. Very sad. Very sad. In my dream journal, I have hydrangeas. Like I know that I want hydrangeas. And when Jenny was looking the aisles, because she's opening a new storefront, and she needs, like, that's why we're thrifting. She's finding little baskets. She's finding, like things to put in her boutique. She also has like the intention of selling like home decor and things. So it's like, you know, you need display items. She needs like little wicker, bowls, not baskets, but like display all the things, right? So we're at the store. She's looking at things, looking at a plant. She got a plant. And I keep going back to these hydrangeas. I'm like, oh my gosh, they only had pink and blue there. I really want white hydrangeas. But I was Pinteresting, and I see that, like vibrant pink and blue is not that bad. I do want to incorporate more color into my life and outside. I feel like I'm just kind of scared of like commitment, or scared of like putting the effort into planting something and it not being cohesive, not really looking good together. So I need to do a little bit of planning, which reminds me, Jenny had some renderings of her like new boutique. So she showed me like, okay, this is where this is going. This is where this is going. And like, I could see what she was looking at. Like she put in the wall and then she put on all the things. And I was thinking to myself, I need to do that. Oh my gosh. I need to do that for my garden. I need to like visualize what I'm actually going to be planting, because I find when I go to Lowe's and I'm just so excited, I'm like, put this in my cart, put this in my cart, put that in my cart. And I'm not actually like thinking, okay, how's this going to look? How is this all going to like come together? And instead I'm just like, oh, this is beautiful. Like a hanging basket is like so low of a investment. It's like, oh, it's $10, $12. I put it on my hook and I don't have to worry about it. I've planted zinnias for the last couple of years in my little front patio. And guess what? Zinnias are beautiful. I love that I can cut them and they come again. But zinnias also look just a tad trashy, right? Like when their stalks start getting a little dehydrated, they look a little sparse. Or not sparse, like the stalk looks a little weedy. That's the word for it, a little weedy. So I don't want to do zinnias in my front patch. I want something that's going to come back year after year. And I have this problem where I'm thinking, okay, like I don't know if Garrett and I are going to live in this house our entire lives, but now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like why wouldn't I want to invest in my area or invest in my environment for the time that I have, even if I'm not going to be here forever, right? Like, and I feel like a lot of people have that thought with renting as well. Like I've seen on social media where people are like, oh, like renter friendly things, or like they paint their walls like really exciting colors, and people put on there, oh, like when you move, like you're not going to get your deposit back. And I've seen a couple videos where it's like painting over it, you know, and it's like these updates that, yeah, it costs a lot of money, but how happy did it make you throughout the entire process? So for me, I'm like, okay, we'll probably be here for another 5 or 10 years, possibly. Right? Why not? So, I'm really wanting to like do the plants, but I didn't buy the hydrangeas. I was like, maybe. And I'm thinking today, I told Garrett this morning, I was like, ooh, we could go to Lowe's and buy some hydrangeas and put them up. And I showed him a couple of photos on my Pinterest board. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? You know, and he liked the same things I did. So went to Lowe's, saw a couple people, talked to them a little bit, you know, just like people you meet, like everybody was out. And then we ended up, she was like, okay, let's grab some supper or some lunch. So we got some lunch, and we're in downtown now, right? So we grabbed lunch at a Mexican restaurant, and we're going to walk down to a new antique/thrift store. Okay. Most of like people, the difference between antique and thrifting, antique is like a item that was like in history. It's like, okay, this piece was from the 1940s or 1990s. Like antiquing is like an elevated or an old piece, okay, that people want in their homes. Thrifting is like, okay, it's damaged, broke, or someone donated it and no longer wants it, and it's like might not be the highest quality, right? Like thrifting and antiquing, totally different. Antiquing does not mean that's going to be at a lower price, okay? An antique, it's like it could be a lot of money, right? So we went to this new thrift store, and it was jam-packed, guys. Oh my gosh. It just opened probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Completely had way more stuff in it than I thought. And I was telling her, I was like, oh my gosh, like they have quite a bit. And she was like, they're probably stockpiling it. Like before you start a business, like of course, like you're going to have a bunch of it. So we were looking around. I found this like really cute, it looks like a goblet, but I just imagine like a painted Easter egg in it. I think that's so cute. And we're walking around, and she's finding like more things for her store decor. Awesome, amazing. And then they have it downstairs. And I was like, okay, let's go downstairs. And they had a bunch of furniture downstairs. Okay, cool. Dressers, chairs, all the things. The space wasn't that big, but it had a lot of items. We walk next to this beautiful hutch. Okay. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I like this. The price tag, $125. My concern is the width might be too long. She was like showing me this cabinet. She's like, what do you think of this cabinet? It's kind of, what was I saying? I need it to be kind of shallow. And this one was super deep, but it wasn't like very wide. I was using the wrong terminology. I was like, oh, like I need something that isn't so wide. And she thought I meant width, which I know I used the width, but I meant depth. I needed it to be kind of shallow, not super deep. I was like, no, actually that is not anything that I need. And then I walked some more and I was like, oh, and I saw the hutch. I was like, I really like this hutch. And then I was like, I think I'm going to buy it, Jenny. So I went upstairs. I told him, you're kind of like talking yourself into it. It's wood. So, like a wood finish. It's not like pink. It's not white. It's not green. Like so many, when they're like having these hutches, they like flip them and they're like, all the things. Okay. I hate it. I just want something that was original. And this was original. It also had character. It had glass panels in it. It's massive and it's like heavy duty. It has the glass shelves on the inside. The outside it's beautiful. Okay. It's seriously beautiful. And I was like, $125. Like that is so cheap. So I went up. I couldn't take the sticker off. I was like, hey, I found a piece of furniture downstairs. It's $125. I would love to buy it. And she's like, oh, actually we are doing a 20% off sale. She gave it to me for $100. Guys, $100 flat. No taxes because it's a nonprofit. So I literally handed her $100 bill. This is Christmas money, guys. And I was like, this is insane. But while we were walking from the Mexican restaurant down to the thrift store, I saw one of my friends were on a board together. So I saw the director of Main Street and the vice president of the board. I'm also on the board. And I was like, hey, how's it going? We're chatting, right? And I left. But now that I have this piece of furniture that I purchased, I sent him a text and I was like, hey, are you still downtown? Because he was walking his dog and he's like, I just dropped Luna off. Like, I'm headed back to the coffee shop to hang out for a bit. I said, perfect. Let me buy your coffee. I need your help loading a piece of furniture. Meet me at this like thrift store, right? So he meets me at this thrift store and helps me load it. So it's Jenny, me, and Brom. And this thing, it's massive. It's so big. I also am not like super prepared, but I will say, you guys know that I was complaining last week about my truck cover flying off in the middle of traffic. Well, guess what? I didn't have a truck cover on there. So I could fit the pieces of furniture in my vehicle. We tried to fit like the one part of it like in the bed of the truck, and I have gotten away with that before, but this was just like slightly too long to fit in the bed. When I say the bed, I meant the back seat. Like I've done it before where I've fit like a piece of furniture in the back seat. I wasn't able to do it this time. Like it was just slightly too big, which is unfortunate, but we put both of them in the back. Oh yeah. And I had to go buy a blanket because I was not prepared for this. I didn't have a ratchet strap. I didn't have blankets. Like I didn't know that I was going to find a piece. And I find that when you're thrifting or antiquing, never having the expectation that you're going to find what you want, right? Like just going into it with like, oh, I could find it. I might not find it. And that's when you have the best luck. So I had to buy 2 blankets so that it wouldn't scratch it, right? Like I'm putting it in the bed of my pickup, and the blankets, $2 a piece. Are you kidding? What a deal. So I put them in my bag. We loaded them up. I did find one ratchet strap, and this was not a very good ratchet strap. This is a strap that like Garrett left in my vehicle because he like didn't want to use it for his ratchet strap needs. So it doesn't even fit because it's so tall. It doesn't even fit across. So luckily I had 2 little link chains. I don't know what from in the back of my pickup. So I have like the hook of the ratchet strap, kind of like the link. It's not a loop, right? So I have to like put 2 of the ends on the hook, and it's like barely on. I was like, this is not like super sturdy safe. Like I know that I'm going to have to drive super, super slow. So we get it loaded. I said, thank you so much, everyone. Jenny went, we also checked out her storefront. Once we had it loaded, checked out her storefront. So pretty. They're doing so many updates for it. I can't wait until it opens. But then after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to haul my stuff home. Have a great day. And I took all of the back roads home. It took me 45 minutes to get home. Usually it takes me 15. Okay. Took me 45 minutes. And while I was going on this back road, like so slow, I ended up, and I didn't tell Garrett that I was buying this huge piece of furniture in our house, right? Like he was helping my dad, and I actually ended up driving right by the property that they were working on. And I was like, I hadn't got on the highway yet. It's like a mile on that I was going to spend on the highway. But I was like, I'm going to stop, see if he has another ratchet strap, see if he can like tighten this down because luckily the wind wasn't blowing too harshly. Like it was a pretty like even keel day. I feel like if the wind was blowing, there was no way with the ratchet strap that I had, no way I was going to be able to do this. He did have an extra one. We got it strapped down the rest of the way, brought it home. Guys, when I tell you, I was so like the joy from having this great find, because it was only $100. Like I feel so lucky in the aspect that like, and I felt really bad. The man who had texted me, the hutch that he was trying to sell me wasn't exactly what I wanted. And I was really trying to just like be polite. He sent me the dimensions. I said, thank you so much, but I don't think it will work for me. Like have a good day. Right. And I'm looking at this hutch and I'm just so happy and so proud of myself. I moved out, and like our entryway has needed some work. I don't love it in the entryway, but it is growing on me because it's like behind our couch a little bit. I would love it more in the dining room, but I don't have that much space in the dining room, and I don't think it will fit properly. That's what I'm saying. Like I needed a shallow hutch. And this one's a little bit too deep. But it is seriously so pretty. It has, the bottom part has like drawers, and it has, like little cabinet doors, and I'm going to be able to store so much of my, hosting items in there. And I'm not going to feel like my cabinets are overloaded, because I am hating the clutter. I'm trying to like just make it feel so nice when I open up a cabinet, like things aren't falling on me, right? It also makes me feel more comfortable to invest in more hosting products, because right now I have some, but I don't really have that much. Or glasses, like the glassware that we have, I've had to we don't really have the space for a bunch of fancy glasses. I mean, I bought these martini glasses for my birthday last year because I was a teeny bit older. Super cute, super fun. But those are items that could be displayed. Or I've bought Garrett decanters for his birthday. Like we could have the decanters in there. Also decorating for the holidays. That's something that I don't really do because there's nowhere to put it. Again, my house is builder grade. It doesn't really have those nooks, those crannies, those fun things to do. And I feel like I could decorate on it just a little bit. And again, it's stunning. It's beautiful. And I feel like it's a great piece of furniture to put into our home. And I'm really proud of it. And I feel like it's going to help me elevate the space where I don't feel like a college kid, but it's honestly, it's beautiful, guys. I'm so impressed. And when you're in the store, I knew that I wanted it, but I didn't know the capacity of how well it was going to fit. I have mixed emotions about our kitchen table. I bought it this time last year, and I feel like I want to change my table again. And maybe if I had a longer, skinnier table, I would be able to fit the hutch on that side instead of in the entryway. But I'm so impressed with myself, to be honest. So I'm in the homemaking feelings, right? I feel like in the fall and winter, I don't really want to do that many updates to our house because it's cold outside or it's going into the winter. But in spring and summer, like that's where you do your home projects. That's where you like upgrade and like make additions to your house. And now that I have this beautiful hutch, and I guess my table, like the chairs that I reupholstered, they're okay, but I don't think that I'm in love with the print anymore. I think I would like to switch the print out or completely get new chairs and a new table. I don't know. I feel like when people, because they are like vintage, they have like the wicker woven backs. Like I don't think they're super, super sturdy. I kind of get nervous when someone sits down in it or even me, because I feel like it might break. And after watching Southern Charm, there was like a dinner at Patricia's, and Craig like sat in a chair and freaking broke it, and I felt like that would be my life soon. And she's like, oh, it's just like $4,000 per chair or something like that. Like they were antique chairs, and I was like, I don't think I'm in that era yet. Like Patricia is like a petite little woman in her 70s, 80s, 70s, I don't know, but I'm like, ooh, like I need more sturdy furniture. So I'm back on the like table and chair looking for a new one, in comparison to like I found my hutch and it looks so good. It does match my table, like it's that kind of wood, like whatever. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I can't wait to decorate it. I can't wait to put things in it. And it kind of has me in this feeling that I want to vlog again. I have had like so much on my plate that I have not been doing any sort of fun of like vlogging or social media or like TikToks, because I've just been like so busy or so anxious or like not in the mood. And I need to give myself like a little bit of break. But now I'm like, I would love to like vlog my house projects. I would love to vlog decorating my new hutch and like finding those items. I went to the Brass Armadillo 2 weekends ago and I got those like super cute plates. Like I want to put the plates on the wall. I want to put wallpaper up. Like I'm very much on the let's beautify some things. Like let's make the environment beautiful to look at. I also I had plans for my birthday about, I was thinking about renting somewhere. I'm turning 27. So I have the mindset that I want to do like a 27 dress theme. And like that's a loose theme. I just want everyone to wear like a cute, beautiful like sundress and be outside. And I'm thinking now that I might need to host it, instead of like having like a restaurant or something. I hosted it last year and it was so fun at our house. I always worry about my dogs jumping on people. I really need to socialize my dogs. Like seriously, I keep thinking like it's too late, but it's really never too late. So maybe I'll do that. But I would love to like have my home decorated to host my friends again. And I know that they don't care at all, like if my house is done or not, but it would make me feel good. Like if it was a beautiful space, like I want to host people. I want them to come. I love it being well done. I love Martha. I love Patricia. And just like having an elevated and nice environment that I want to hang out in. And I think that's beautiful. So thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. If you wouldn't mind, take 30 seconds. It's the end of the episode. Rate, review, subscribe, all of the things. I would sure appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.